Thank you for staying with Benchmark. In our final segment today, we focus on Sri Lanka's economy, the central bank's decision to float the rupee and the continuing volatility of the stock market. Here's Anushan Selvaraja.
Welcome to the Voice of Business. Joining me on the show this week is market analyst and LMD columnist Hasta Premaratna. Now Hasta, how do you view this sudden decision on the part of the central bank to float the rupee as it were? Is there a peg, and how will all of this affect the economy going forward?
Yeah, I think if you look at the last year or last couple of years, there have been the rupee kind of have been staying at the same levels of about 110 for a long period of time, at which point I think there was a lot of inflows that were coming, as well as a lot of inflows that were expected into the country in the form of dollars. So as a result, there was the sustainability of the 110 for some time, but then towards the latter part of 2011 there were indications that the dollars that were to come to the country were not coming at the same pace, or there will be some delays, plus the world was going through difficult times. So as a result, the US dollar itself had been having strengthening significantly against most of the other currencies. So at that time we were in a kind of a situation where trying to control the same 110 very aggressively. So that was a problem area, and I think it had to let go. It had to come to the realities. It had to behave like a economic environment. So I think that's exactly what happened. But only thing post February 9th decision, there have been a lot of speculation in the foreign forex markets, and as a result we are seeing a significantly high level of volatility in the rupee, and particularly the speculative nature is I think too much at this stage.
The stock market continues to be volatile with wild swings both ways. Now could you shed some light on why this is and what the future holds?
Yeah, I think the market in the last month or so have been also struggling to digest the impact of the rupee depreciation, and in particular what it will mean to the corporate earnings in the next 12 months, because I think we were looking at very strong growth in the economy in the range of about 8% over a period of about 3 years forward. But scenario has changed. Of course, the global situation did change somewhere around August 2011, and in Sri Lanka also, I think post rupee impact, there will be some level of impact on the growth rates. Obviously, the central bank already has revised the forecast for 2012 down to 7.2% from an original 8% range. So obviously that will have an impact on the corporate earnings, and that means technically some of the stocks will also not perform, or will not be expected to perform the same level. Also, if you look at from a market perspective, we are seeing still the retail investor not heavily getting engaged in the activities. Volumes are being relatively low, and few selected transactions happening. So all these indicate that still the investors are not in one piece of mind to be positive about the market conditions. But having said that, we can still see opportunities coming in to accumulate on good counters, because we can see that already happening, but that's done by mostly the bigger investors than the smaller retailer, who generally tend to sell at the wrong time and buy at the wrong time as well.
There's been a pickup in foreign trading on our bourse lately, which is welcome news. Can this momentum be sustained, and what are the factors that come into play in this equation?
At these price levels, there are a lot of good companies which are still trading at attractive price ranges, attractive price earnings ratios. So the foreign investors in particular are generally the funds who can take positions and take a slightly medium to long term view. So these guys we have seen in the past, maybe if you look at the last 25 years trading horizon, you see that they come and generally buy at the right time when the prices are low, hold it for a while, and then when the market really get into a aggressive mode, they tend to sell and exit and take their profits. So I feel this is another similar situation that's happening, where most of the foreign funds are looking at the market positively, looking at very selectively at good stocks, and start picking up sizable positions. And obviously some of these funds have sold the shares, their positions, when the index was at about maybe 6,500, 7,000 or even more. So they are in cash, and they see value, and obviously if they bank on the growth in Sri Lanka and some of these good companies' performance, I think definitely this justifies what they are doing. But having said that, they are still very selective, and I think this gradual accumulation will continue to happen, and obviously there will be this sentiment continuing for maybe a few more months.
Market analyst Hasita Premaratne there in conversation with Benchmark's Anushan Selvaraja. We're out of time. Thank you for your company. See you again next week.